1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm breaking out, I'm breaking in. I just can't help this state I'm in. I'm on my way, y'all. So put your shades on, this light's so bright, it's blinding. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. Breaking free, I'm breaking ground. I can't explain this thing I found. The clouds have moved on. I got my groove on. This pep in my steps infectious. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I've been stuck in a rut. I've been shit out of luck. I've been wondering what is up with me. And then I realized it's up to me to decide. I can just be radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love.
Hey, you are an irresistible magnet with the power to attract into yourself absolutely everything that you desire. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Sunday celebration here at the New Thought Spiritual Center. I'm Reverend Jay Willick. I will be your host for this Sunday celebration. We got some great music, some great inspiration and wisdom showing up, and don't knock the computer that much. And we're so happy that you have brought your consciousness here, your energy, your frequency here with us this morning. I'm so excited today for some reason. I'm so excited. I know why, because you're all here, and I'm happy that you're here. So what's the New Thought Spiritual Center all about? Let me tell you about our statements of principles. You ready? Watch this. Yeah, that's what we're all about. And this month, we are highlighting our mission statement, which is to bust through, soar, and zoom. Richard Bach wrote in his books, to fly as fast as thought, you must begin by knowing that you have already arrived. And you've already arrived. Right here, right now, you've arrived. And so you can bust through, soar, and zoom from this moment on. Our 2021 theme, as it said, is awakening. And that's what we've been doing all year, and we will continue doing for the second half of this year, is awakening to our spiritual magnificence. And that spiritual magnificence is what shows up in our experience every day. This month, the month of May, is a connected month. We are connecting to it, and it is that divine in you, that divine, as you saw in our purpose statement, that is revealed through you at all times. And today, we're going to talk about infinite possibilities. Yeah, infinite possibilities. They're there for you at all times. So let's take a moment, do a little spiritual mind treatment. Then I want to step into our sacred space and do a guided meditation. But first, let's join together. Close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. And let us know together that this one mind, this one power that is revealing itself in each and every one of us as the divine, that this power is expressing itself in each and every one of us. It's outpicturing its power, its wisdom, its love, its joy in each of us right here and right now. And on this grand Sunday morning, wherever you are in the world, I am knowing for each and every one of us that this expression of love, this expression of wisdom, this expression of opulence and vitality lives fully in our lives, and that we bust through, soar, and zoom through everything, even the good, to our greatest good, our next greatest good. We're doing that right now. And I'm so grateful that these words and all of you and all of us have shown up with our consciousness for this Sunday celebration. As together we say, and so it is. So we're going to step into our sacred space right now. So let's take a deep breath together and let it out. And watch this. At this time, we enter into our sacred space, opening our heart and mind to awaken the highest and deepest part of our divine selves. We plant the seed of our greatest adventure, nurturing them with water of faith in the soil of spirit, calling in wisdom from ancient times to quantum science. We now transcend time and space into the grace, love, and power of the universe. If you would, please place your feet on the floor or sit cross-legged. We want to make sure that we connect ourselves with the Mother Gaia by allowing her energy to come up through our feet, the bottom of our feet, up our legs, feeling that vibration of this planet, the energy and frequency of this place we are upon, to connect to the base of our spine and then allow that energy to drop back down into the planet, to become a circular motion of energy, love, and grounding. Let us take a deep breath together and hold it for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, then release through our mouths. Join me in doing that again. Breathe in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 2, 3, and release. As we continue to breathe normally, slowly, grounded to Mother Earth, let us now allow and see and Intentionally bring forth the energies from the cosmos, from the universe. Those energies from the Big Bang that still swirl around, and allow those to rain upon us like the rays of the sun, warming us, vibrating within us, from the top of our heads down past our face, our neck, down through our arms and out of our fingers, down upon our bodies, glowing in our hearts, and connecting to that Mother Gaia energy as our body just glows and vibrates with the speed of the divine within us. And breathe. From the monastic bells ringing from the Himalayas, let us allow these thoughts from the book Awareness by Anthony de Mello ring through our minds. He says, awareness, awareness, awareness. In awareness is healing. In awareness is truth. In awareness is salvation. In awareness is spirituality. In awareness is growth and love and awakening. All in awareness. When we look at a tree, do we really see it? We think we do, but we really don't. Just like when we look at a person, we don't really see that person, we only think we do. What we're seeing is something that we fixed in our mind. We get an impression, and we hold on to that impression. We keep the person this with almost everything. As we understand that concept, we understand the loveliness and beauty of being aware of everything around you. Because reality is there. God, whatever that is, he says, is there. It's all there. The poor little fish in the ocean says, "Excuse me, I'm looking for the ocean. Can you tell me where I can find it?" Like that little fish, be aware of who you are. Open your eyes and see who you are on the inside. And feel that definitive, the divine within you, aware, awaken. I am. Spirit is. I am. I am aware. I am love. I am wisdom. I awaken to that spirit, to that wisdom within me, allowing it to inform me of all that is required for me to step into my best life here, now. I am aware. I am awakened. I am in peace. Here, now. And forevermore. Peace. 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 Take a deep breath with me. Let it out through your mouth. Let us wiggle our fingers and toes. Move our shoulders, our head around a little bit. Slowly open our eyes. Come back to this moment, to this place. You are now in a sacred place. You are that sacred place. I want to show you the book I read from, some of which I read from, in case you are interested in it. That's Awareness by Anthony DeMello. He's written many books and really some lovely stuff. And I urge you to take a look at his books. So now we're going to bring the Altmans in one at a time. Both of them together is much too powerful. First, let's welcome Reverend Gary with us.
The infinite possibilities.
Infinite possibilities today.
Altmans.
Hey, that sounds like a show. Infinite possibilities
There we go.
with the Altmans. Very good. My friends, Reverend Gary Altman.
Good morning, everyone. Whew, infinite possibilities. That is a lot of pressure. That's why I'm all about ease and grace. I rarely do a treatment, spiritual mind treatment for specific items anymore. It's more of a moment for me to remember my unity with a power greater than myself that created everything in this universe, including me. Puts me in the flow again, reorients my mind back to the truth that I am one with the power that created the universe, and I step into that power as I connect with that within my own consciousness. I treat more about qualities of life because I trust in a power that will provide all those needs to meet those qualities. It provides all I need to experience those qualities. And my other realization has been, I don't create anything. That's wonderful. The truth is there are no new ideas, and we create nothing. Every idea, everything to make life easier already exists in the one mind, the universal field of the mind. Every possibility of something new, every scientific achievement has been lying in the universal mind of God, awaiting our discovery and use of it. Well, this is astounding. And this should be comforting to us too. The work has been done. Our work is to remember who we are and that we are connected to that universal mind through our individual consciousness. So infinite possibility is built into the universe and lies in wait for our acceptance of it into our experience. This means the creative process can take place effortlessly and easily. We don't have to push through our willpower, gripping an idea and pushing it into our form and shape. But by accepting that the power of the divine moves this process along for us as we align with it in our consciousness, this is living in grace. And I simply work on creating the avenue for those ideas to flow through me into my experience. I maintain a belief that my unity with spirit as spirit is the path to freedom. I sit back with a calm expectancy that my life is unfolding in magnificent ways. And I sit back knowing that your life is unfolding in magnificent ways too, as I know that for each of us. I believe we must come to a place where we will all eventually move past the idea of directing spirit through us and achieve transcendence into a higher kingdom of being in the flow, in the divine flow, just being, where our desires are easily realized and fulfilled because of our solid unity with spirit. We will find ourselves too in fewer unfulfilling circumstances. Unease is not Spirit's chosen path for us. It is Spirit's sweet pleasure to give us all the gifts we are open to receiving. But we must open up and claim them and receive them. We will not be so much as reacting or planning, but knowing our good is always being experienced. We will not question our experience. We will know and trust with complete faith that our life is unfolding in divine right order in every moment. Being is that part of us that already knows how to exist without suffering. Being is that part that knows how to exist without suffering within us. The Buddha's simple definition of enlightenment is the end of suffering. But what is left when there's no suffering? Oh my gosh, that is a good question, and the one we should strive for the answer to. And at that time, actually, which I'm sure we will all achieve, well, the Buddha is silent on that. And his silence implies that we all have to find out for ourselves what satisfies our soul when we leave suffering behind. From what we call the textbook by Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, he writes, "The thing then works for us by working through us and is us always. We cannot work for us in any other way. It spreads itself over the whole universe and shouts out from us at every angle, but can only become power to us only when we recognize it as power." So that's why I do treatment, to recognize it as power within my mind. We suffer not because it is imposed upon us, but because we are ignorant of our true nature. The divine incarnation is inherent in our nature. We are immersed in the infinite knowingness. The question is, how much of this reality are we going to express in our lives? Each one of us should realize that there is nothing in him which denies that which he desires. Let us do away with ponderosity of thought and approach the thing simply and quietly. It is the nature of the universe to give us what we are able to take. It cannot give us more. It has given all. We have not yet accepted that greater gift. Thank you, Ernest Holmes. And let's embrace and step into accepting that greater gift a little more each day. a little more, one step at a time. And I know that and trust that our lives will be unfolding beyond our simplest imagination in magnificent ways. Okay, today let's move into the affirmation, the affirmative incarnation. Incarnation, okay. Incantation. Today, I use my word to open up to new possibilities. These new possibilities inform me of the best next steps to take. And those next best steps I take activate the universe to deliver more opportunities to achieve multiple streams of opulence in my life. With all these opportunities showing up from the universe, I make myself available to use my expertise as an irreplaceable asset to all those who need what I do. I am so happy and grateful that the river of prosperity is flowing to me right now. I am drenched in an abundance of love, wealth, and vitality. The possibilities are infinite, and I grab them all. Thank you for that brilliant affirmation, Reverend Jay. And let's just take a moment now to step into some spiritual mind treatment and remind ourselves that this is a big and grand and wonderful universe. We were placed in it by that power, by that one infinite intelligence that said, you are worthy. You are the perfect expression of myself. You are the perfect expression of this divine intelligence. And I have placed you here to live in this sea of infinite possibilities. I have given you perfect health. I have given you an abundant array of things to choose from because you are that magnificent expression of the divine. You are that magnificent expression of all that life flow, that infinite thing we call God has placed here. And I know as each of us step into this truth that we are one with the power that has created all, including us, that our life unfolds effortlessly, it unfolds easily. Each step is guided by this truth. We walk across this beautiful earth knowing that everything we touch blossoms into something beautiful. Our relationships grow and flourish, filled with love. Our bank accounts grow and flourish with financial prosperity. We are free. We are experiencing freedom in every area of our life. That abundance indeed does flow. And I'm grateful for this prosperity. I'm grateful for these loving relationships in my life. I'm grateful for you being in my life. I simply release these words now with a grateful heart, knowing that they are already being fulfilled, that they are being made manifest by that power I am one with. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this glorious life. Together we say, and so it is.
Yeah. Thank you, Gary. And give Gary a moment to step away and Reverend Barbara to step into his place. Reverend Barbara's going to sing for us this morning. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Do you remember that song? We used to sing that song a lot. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. A Karen Drucker song that we're fortunate to have in our lives. I want to talk just for a second while Reverend Barbara gets herself situated about the affirmative incantations. Don't forget that those are designed for you to say twice a day. In the morning, once you wake up, grab that, find it on your phone or wherever you, or maybe you've printed it out, and say that. Start your day with that idea. And then at the end of of the day, right before you hit that pillow to go to sleep, say it again. Read it again. Write it out, maybe. Sometimes that makes it more powerful for some people to actually take a pen and write it out and say it again. I promise you, by the end of the week, those ideas will start slipping into your subconscious. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that when we get to our talk. But do I see you waving at me? Barbara,
Yes.
Yay, there's some waving. Let's get back to Reverend Barbara for a great song this morning, my friends, Barbara Altman.
Good morning. Leanne Womack wrote this song, supposedly wrote this song for her daughter when she was just a little girl. And I would like to dedicate this song to all of the children out there and to that inner child that is within each one of us. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. Oh, dance, 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 dance. Oh, hope you dance. Hope you dance.
I hope you dance. Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, great song. Did you ever read the book Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde? So there's three main characters in that book, or you might have seen the movie, or there's been several musicals written from that novel. Anyway, the main characters show three aspects of the author, of Oscar Wilde. Now, one of the characters, whom I happened to play once in a musical, Basil Hallward, who's the painter of the painting, is what Oscar Wilde thinks he is. Very conventional-minded person, and he finds, in the book, the painter finds Dorian as his muse, becomes a muse for his whole life, not just his art, but his whole life. And Oscar Wilde thought of himself that way. There's another character called Lord Henry, and Lord Henry, Oscar Wilde says, is what the world thinks of him. Very charming, famous wit and brilliant intellect, who is possessed by a wrong, fascinating, poisonous, delightful theory of life. Many people think of Oscar Wilde that way. And Dorian, the main character, the title character, is what Oscar Wilde said he would like to be. The archetype of male youth and beauty, though Dorian is exceptionally vain and narcissistic, and he becomes convinced that without his youth and without his physical attractiveness, that his most salient characteristics will go moot. And that idea that narcissism leads to, and ignorance actually, leads to his death, because the painting, as you see and or read in the novel, is what absorbs and reveals his narcissism and his unethical ways that he gets into throughout the book. So our lives, in many ways, is similar to Dorian's picture in the attic, because instead of a painting, it's our experiences that are reflecting our self-image. That painting for Dorian was reflecting his self-image. No matter how much fun or excitement to the hedonistic ways, and it's not so bad the hedonistic ways, but the ways he treated people unethically and poorly showed up in the painting. It didn't show up in his experience because the novel puts that idea into the painting. And as you see the painting throughout the novel in your mind or throughout the movie, you see the painting getting uglier and older and diseased. So I have three questions for us this week. How does self-image impact our lives, my life? How is self-image formed? And how do I change my self-image? How do you change your self-image? Because self-image lives in the subconscious mind. Our attitudes, our perspectives, our perceptions, opinions, all sit in our subconscious mind, and all our reactions to events that happen around us or through us are triggers from memory and emotion. So we get triggered by an event that is happening in front of us, and our memories and emotions from a past occurrence become a reaction. And usually reactions aren't the best responses to what's going on. These triggers and reactions are dependent on how we see ourselves and how we see our place in the universe, and also reflect how we grab onto the opportunities we feel are available to us. Our self-image sits in our subconscious. It's like the autopilot on a plane. The autopilot, the minute you go off course in any any area of your life, or any area, if we're talking about an airplane, any area you go off course and it happens because of wind, et cetera, the autopilot corrects that course. Our subconscious self-image corrects that course because of the perspectives and attitudes that are sitting there in our subconscious, and we may try to go off course of what our self-image is. But until we change that, our autopilot, our subconscious, is just going to bring us back to this. It's going to bring us back to those triggers that cause reactions instead of responses. So say you want to lose weight, very common thing. So you go on a diet or you change your diet, but how do you see yourself? What is your self-image of your body? And has this weight become the new norm? Has this look become the new norm? And do you see yourself as this new norm? Without accepting yourself as the new weight in your self-image, the weight's going to return. The habits are going to return that you had before. The autopilot in your subconscious will insist on that. It's not just a habit of eating. You've got to change your thinking. We've got to change our thinking about it. Buckminster Fuller wrote, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. So now we're not going against this old thought, wherever it is. We're not going against this. We're focusing on the new. We're bringing in the new to wash out the old. Here's an attitude that goes around a lot. Is $1 million a large amount of money to you? $10 million? How about $50? You know, it's all just a bunch of paper. It's a bunch of paper that we trade for goods and services. It's not so much the paper. It's the energy in that paper, the energy we put upon it. When we are wowed by the idea of the bigger numbers, or on the opposite, when we poo-poo the lower numbers, we're giving money a fear and lack energy. We're not accepting it as just an energy to attach to be open for. You change your thoughts, you change your idea of money, then you change the energy around the money. I wrote down a bunch of affirmations. These are the short version affirmations, and I want you to say them with me, and Steve's going to pop them up as I say it. And so say these with me. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing amounts through continuous multiple sources. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing amounts through continuous multiple sources. Next one. I am so happy and appreciative that health and wellness show up in my life as vitality and vibrancy at every moment. And this next one. I am so happy and thankful that love, kindness, compassion, affection, and respect surround me all of my days from morning to night and back to morning again. And this one, I am so happy and in deep gratitude for the peace and grace that constantly envelops my every experience. Now you can go on and on with this in every single part of your life. These simple ideas. And I bet you, within 30 to 90 days, staring into the mirror, looking at yourself, watching yourself say these things, putting that into your subconscious, you'll start buying those ideas. And I don't mean, by buying it, I mean you will absorb those ideas and you will start to accept those ideas. You'll start awakening to those ideas and being aware of the inspiration that comes to you, the opportunities that come to you because your belief has switched. See, your subconscious is like a plant. that you continue to feed and nourish every moment of every day. Like your body, are you feeding your body? What are you feeding your body? Does that feeding nourish and flourish the systems in your body, or does it starve, struggle, or stress it? The same thing with your mind, the same thing with your self-image, the same thing with your belief system and subconscious. All that is one thing. You see, we live in a universe of infinite frequencies. In fact, had there been the technology to build a smartphone in the 30s, those same frequencies were there that they use to do the smartphone versus the radio, versus the television, versus anything. Those frequencies were always there. Those frequencies weren't discovered. We just didn't know how to utilize them. And the same is true for your frequency of success, wealth, health, etc. It's all there. And there's an infinite way to use them. There are infinite ways to grab onto them, to bring them into your subconscious, into your life, into your belief system. When we connect and awaken our awareness, like science and technology did for the phone, we can use those infinite frequencies and possibilities to strengthen our knowledge, to strengthen our beliefs, to strengthen our self-image. Because you see, our consciousness dictates the frequency we ride in life. If it's a low frequency of fear, disease, anger, frustration, victimhood, and shame, then all the things in life seem to be done at or to me. Believe me, I've felt this. I felt this, and then I feel, wow, they're doing this to me, or they're throwing that at me. But when I'm living in a high frequency of passion and ease and love and peace and empowerment and success and joy, then things are done as and through me. Because I'm on purpose. I'm in intention. So what are you consenting to in your life? Or are you consenting to the few things you have, or the unlimited things that are available to you? You may not want it, just because there's unlimited things out there, and I mean things just as objects, but since there's unlimited possibilities and opportunities out there, you don't have to grab them all. You choose, pick and choose, but knowing that they're out there. Because why? Because God, or whatever you want to call it, is infinite. God is eternal. And you, me, all of us, are the gods of our thoughts. We are the gods of our feelings. We are the gods of our imagination. The God of your subconscious is you. Nobody else, unless you allow them. The subconscious always says yes. You probably hear me say that at the end of spiritual mind treatments many times. The universe always says yes. Well, the subconscious always says yes. The subconscious is just like the law. It doesn't decide. Your conscious mind decides. The subconscious mind accepts. It doesn't think. Your conscious mind thinks. The subconscious mind acts. Now, any changes, of course, can take some time. We've all established paradigms in our lives, and those paradigms sit in our subconscious. And our subconscious, like I was alluding to earlier, will pick a fight. We'll fight you for it. This is the way it is. You've told me this is the way it is. This is the self-image. This is the perspective. This is the perception. And this is the way it's going to be. And if you go away from that, the autopilot brings you back here. So if you want here to be new, then you have to tell it. You have to train it, the subconscious, the belief system. Our job is not to fight it. Our job is to change it if it's no longer working for us anymore. by taking conscious control over it and focusing it in the new direction. Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, there's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until he believes he can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief, not mere hope or wish. Open-mindedness is essential for belief. Closed minds will not inspire faith, courage, and belief. So are you open-minded to the possibility of infinite possibilities? Let me ask that again. Are you open-minded to the possibility of infinite possibilities? Actually, there's a better question. Do you have faith in limited possibilities or infinite possibilities? If you don't have faith in infinite possibilities, then you have faith in limited possibilities. And if you have faith in limited possibilities, when do you think you'll run through them? Or maybe you think you already have. If you said your faith lies in limited possibilities, you're wrong. Well, you're right in that your decision that there are limited possibilities makes it so in your life. You can have faith in limited possibilities, and because you have decided that there is, then there will be. However, you are truly wrong in the sense that limited possibilities is not a universal truth. It's a man-made fact. And remember, facts are not truths. You cannot limit the ever-expanding universe. You cannot limit the energy exuded in that expansion, and you cannot limit the frequencies of light and matter that are created by the energy of that expanding universe. And none of us will ever catch up to that. We'll never catch up to those energies that are out there. There's a book I saw called Extra Dimensions in Space and Time, written by a couple of professors of physics. And they said the proper distance between Earth and the edge of the observable universe is 46 billion light years. But this does not represent the distance at any given time, because the edge of the observable universe and the Earth have since moved apart. Now, you've probably heard of the American astronomer Edwin Hubble. That's who they named the Hubble telescope that's out there in space. He discovered, and others of his ilk, discovered in the 1920s, that the universe is actually expanding. And they saw that they were measuring, they could see that galaxies are receding away from the Milky Way. All of a sudden, this other galaxy was further away. And it's called the Hubble Constant. And that tells us that for each additional megaparsec, around 3.26 million light years of distance, galaxies recede 500 kilometers per second faster. So the Hubble Constant was 500 in units of kilometers per second per megaparsec. Yeah, I don't get those numbers much either. They're mind-boggling, though, aren't they? But that is the science of the expanding universe with expanded possibilities, mind-boggling amounts of possibilities. Fuel your mind and imagination with that. Use that as fuel when you need it, when you feel limited, when you feel like there's nothing else left anywhere to give you ideas, to give you opportunities, to give you anything that you require right now. Fuel your mind and imagination with the mind-boggling ideas of science, of universe science. So, back to the question, how does self-image impact my life? Self-image is the frequency by which my subconscious talks to me and talks to the law. How is self-image formed? Well, self-image is formed by the awareness I have to the truth, and how much awareness and awakening I allow that truth to be inside to my subconscious. And by the use of these principles that we talk about every week in my conscious mind, and yes, there's upbringing and there's environment and there's trauma and all that stuff that can get in the way, but it is more by my continuous self-talk and connection to spirit and intentional use of my conscious mind that makes that self-image what it is. So how do I change my self-image? By accepting I have the power, by awakening to the truth that we talk about every week, by putting that truth into action with words and prayer and centering and grounding and deciding and knowing and awakening and connecting and using the affirmative incantations, by working our mind over and over and over and over again. Practice, practice, practice. Movement, movement, movement. Sometimes it's slow and seems like it's taking forever. But most times, as science has shown, somewhere between 30 and 90 days of continuous use will put that idea into your subconscious, will change your belief because your intention is there. Let's go over these quickie affirmations. Say them with me again, and Steve will put them up. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing amounts through continuous multiple sources. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing amounts through continuous multiple sources. 30 to 90 days, something will start showing up. Next one, I am so happy and appreciative that health and wellness shows up in my life as vitality and vibrancy at every moment. 30 to 90 days from now, something will show up that will increase that vitality and vibrancy in your body. It may be a small little thing. It may be a new prescription. It may be a new idea of a healthy drink to have daily that starts to make you just feel a little better. Next one, I am so happy and thankful that love, kindness, compassion, affection, and respect surround me all of my days from morning to night and back to morning again. And how about this next one? I am so happy and in deep gratitude for the peace and grace that constantly envelops my every moment. Constantly envelops my every moment. Repeat that to yourself in the mirror. 30 to 90 days, every day. And watch what happens around you. We may not seem to affect things outside of our world, outside of our community, but we will affect what's in our immediate surrounding. You go to the mirror and tell yourself that because no one else will. I can tell you about this stuff till I'm blue in the face, and I will. I'm here to remind you. And that's okay, but you got to tell you. I've got to tell me. You have to tap into that frequency of infinite possibilities and place it into your life. And I do too. So join me in tapping in to the infinite possibilities of the universe and make this second half of 2021 your, mine, our most fabulous. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Let us place our hands on our hearts and together declare our love offering blessing. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you for your blessed love offerings.
Thank you so much, everyone. Right after our celebration today, I'll be going on TikTok with our Affirmative Incantation for the week, but we're also on other social media. Watch this. I want to give thanks to everyone who's joined us today and all those people you'll see scrolling on the bottom who have helped bring our videos together, et cetera, for you. Thank you to Reverend Gary and Barbara Oltman for joining us today. They're with us. They're with us every time. They're part of our community and on our board, but bringing us inspiration and love and wisdom and beautiful music. I Hope You Dance. What a great song. Thank you, Barbara. And thanks, Steve. Steve there, Apperson, is our director, and he's pushing buttons and making sure I'm on time and on cue and on my intention. So we thank Steve for all that hard work. And also, I want to remind you that there was a survey in Friday's e-blast. I think it actually came out Thursday afternoon, the e-blast. So please, if you haven't opened that yet, because you join us every Sunday anyway, please do so. There's a survey that you can click on to. We'd like to figure out the best month to get back in person. And I want to take a survey of all of our folk. I don't want to just open up and say, come on in. I want to know when everyone is ready. We'll continue to do these. And like we did before, we will continue to broadcast our Sunday celebrations anyway. But I know we all want to get back. I just want to hug all of you. And I'm vaccinated. And as of today, I believe I am totally vaccinated and ready to rock out there. So please answer that survey so we can figure out. We're looking at places, and we'll get together soon. Maybe late summer, early or late fall. We'll see as I get those results from the survey. So that is what I have to present to you as far as announcements. So let us end this part of our celebration with a spiritual mind treatment, and we have some music for you. There's a great new song. In fact, it's a brand new song. I believe it's written last year. It came out just last year that I found, and it's a perfect way to end our story for today. So till then, let us close our eyes. If it's comfortable for you, take a deep breath together. Do a little recycling, a little refreshing, a little rebooting with this breath and release. Let us know together with the power of intention, with the power of decision right now. Let us know that there is one mind, This one mind is our mind. We represent the divine in our individual ways. Here and now, at this time, in this space, on this planet, in this part of history, we are revealing the divine. Such a fabulous thing to remember. And out there are infinite possibilities. Out there in the universe, there are infinite possibilities for us to express our individualization of that divine, of that energy, of that power. Our special frequency allows us in our special way to grab onto anything and everything that we have decided to require in our lives in those infinite possibilities. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Like the dream I speak about every once in a while. There's this huge, bigger than Amazon warehouse. Imagine that. I imagine that in this very moment, this huge universal warehouse where I see everything that is possible, and everything is possible. And I just grab with the power of my decision. I grab onto that idea or that thing or the idea of that thing, and I bring it into my life. That is the law of cause and effect. That is the law of attraction. That is the law I work. And I claim right here and now that each and every one of us works that law for not only the magnificence of our lives, but the magnificence of the lives around us and our world and our nation and our universe. Infinite possibilities are there right now. They are here right now for the choosing, for the picking, for the knowing, for the bringing into our lives. I'm so grateful and appreciative of these words, of this community, of this power of infinite possibilities. Possibilities that are endless, opportunities that are endless. As together we say, and so it is. Amen. Ashe. Hallelujah. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a most fabulous week. We'll see you next Sunday. Namaste. Watch this song.
I look out, I can see it in the water. Every drop is a dream I'm making off of. I look out and see possibilities. I look out and see see what I could see. So many wonders, so many wonders. If you could see what I could see. I see endless possibilities, endless possibilities. I see endless possibilities, endless possibilities. I want it all, I need it all, save me. Some piece of home, take me along, showing me how. I see endless possibilities, endless possibilities. I look up, I can see it in the starlight. Sunset mindset, living for the bright side. I look out and see possibilities. I look out and see you and me, you and me. If you could see what I could see. So many wonders, so many wonders. If you could see what I could see. I see endless possibilities, endless possibilities. I see endless possibilities, endless possibilities. I want it all, I need it all, save me. Some piece of home, take me along, showing me how. I see endless possibilities. offer. I look out and see possibilities. I look out and see